Alright guys, welcome in. This is Goro from SGTCG, bringing you guys my deck profile, my Rob Lucci deck profile from my top 16 on the online Top Cut Regionals. So honestly, I've been loving the black decks, but I've been loving the black decks so far. Lucci's been my favorite leader so far, besides Whitebeard when I used to play him early on. But I've been playing and practicing with Rob Lucci a lot this set, in the last few sets since OPO7. I just really like being able to get rid of the opponent's board. Obviously, Gecko Moria plays are huge, one of the most broken cards in the deck, so just super fun playing that out, playing a 21 down turn on turn 4, kind of annoying for the opponent, but so this is what I came up with. This is my deck profile for the online matchup, and this is OPO8 format, not 8.5 yet, so don't have anything set up for 8.5 yet. I have another deck profile that I'm setting up for 8.5. I'll be taking to locals and testing it out at the next regionals. But so this is it so far. I'm gonna start off with 4 Spandoms, the Searchers. I used to mess with them at 3. Sorry for the glare. Can't do nothing about that right now. Actually, let's see. There it goes. So I have 4. I used to put them at 3, but I just really like seeing it, being able to search whatever you need for CP or Tempest Cakes or whatnot, and your Rob Lucci's if you need to find them, and your 2Ks if you also need them, and it fills up your trash as well. Also, sometimes I will just try to play them just so I can find a Lucci and put him in trash. Like, I wouldn't even grab him into my hand. I'll just make sure he gets into trash so I have that Gecko Moria play for whatever turn I need. But yeah, 4 Searchers I think is a must. Then 2 costs, we got Helmeppos, 2 Helmeppos. I don't think you really need more than 2. You get to mill them out pretty easily if you need. Find them into the trash, or just even use them as a 1K counter. But -3 cost to an opponent, whether on that you just hard play them or play them off the Gecko Moria play. It's really useful getting that minus. The next 2 cards was Spandimes, also for the Gecko Moria play. One of the most broken plays in the game, going from Gecko to Rebecca to with Helmeppo into Spandine into your Rob Lucci. It's a really big play. So only 2 of. Also, again, same thing with Helmeppo. You just need to see him in your trash, or you can see him in your hand and whatnot. Another search for Spandom. And then we got 2 Kuzans. So I was messing with this Kuzan a few times, like before people were even looking at it. I kept putting him in the deck, taking him out. I didn't like how sometimes it was too slow and it was easily removed, but being able to play him early on, just having that -4 cost to whatever you need, or even if you just want that card draw just to cycle through your deck, is really good, especially into your BY matchups too, if you need to get something low enough. If you can't, or if like any especially against an L too, if they're not getting rid of them, you could get those high cost characters down lower so you get into KO range. Then next, the big ones, you got 4 Rob Lucci's, of course. You need your Rob Lucci's. You need to get them onto your trash, into your hand. Get rid of a 2 cost and a 1 cost. Very big. One of the staples of this deck. Next, we'll go to the Rebecca's, the next staple. Also one of the most broken black cards in the deck. Going along with whatever you need, taking out 2K, bringing back a Sabo, playing the Sabo, playing 2 blockers in 1 turn and towards the end game. Try to save yourself a turn or 2. So you need 4 of those. I got 4. And then we'll go to the 2K. So I have 3 Khalifas. I used to play Khalifa at 4, but as I was talking to some of the guys that I practice with or play with, I would rather just put her at 3, and then I'll like to get my Who's Who, so the next 2K at 4, because it KOs at 3 or less after you trash a card. Just being able to do that on your curve if you need to is better. Having 4 of these, because it does a little bit more. You don't necessarily need to cycle as much anymore. At least I didn't feel like I needed to cycle as much with Khalifa. I could just use the Sabos if I needed to, or I could just search or span them for whatever I needed. A lot of card draw, a lot of cycling, especially with the Kuzan, so I didn't really need the extra Khalifa, just 3 and 4 of these. And then the next blockers that I got is 3 Borsalinos. So I was jumping around again, same thing with the Kuzans, jumping around between Borsalinos if I wanted to play this blocker, if I needed him or not. I just do 3, especially comes up really good in the mirrors or into other black matchups, like also like Luffy or sometimes even Enel. You can't really get rid of them with like a Gedatsu or anything because it's obviously can't be KO'd on the opponent's turn. And then I'll just swing with them. Like I would just have them as a 5k swinger, and then they have to attack 6, so now they have to attach a Don, try at least 1 Don to their leader or character to try to get rid of them. And it's pretty easy to counter out of a 6k swing if you need to, or otherwise I'll just swing with them, let them go if they attack it, and then replay it off of a Gecko Moria if I need. If my trash doesn't look too good, I just play him out and play like a span them out just so I have that option. I have my Dons here. Then the last blocker I got is Sabo. So you got 3 Sabos. I was also again thinking about if I wanted 3 or 4, but I think 3 is just perfect enough. You can use it as a 1k counter, also pick it up off of the Rebecca and play it pretty late on your 9 Don, 10 Don turns, just so you could cycle another cycle card, see what you need through your deck. Also on your 5 Don turn, if your opponent doesn't really have anything, if they start swinging big, or you can just play them out. And then again, same thing with like the Borsalino, I just swing with them, just swing 6s. Not too worried about them swinging big. If they start swinging big into the Sabo, it's like you're blocking with it anyway, but you get that extra value by swinging with it. So I have Sabo out as well. I'm gonna try to organize this a little bit. I'm gonna move these out the way. My deck list is also on the Eggman's website, and the top cut we got 11th place, so if you need to see it, that's where it's at. Just put all that there. Next card, one of the big new cards from OPO 8, right? Yeah, OPO 8. 7 Don cost Jack. Activate main. You may rest this character, draw 1, trash 1, and then you KO or 3 or less. So another huge card, especially in the mirror. If you're going first, get your 7 Don turn, get him out. Then he becomes an 11 card because his effect is he gets +4 cost, so it's a harder card to get rid of, and it's a harder card to get rid of with any decks, right? Except the only deck that's pretty easy to get rid of it is a Red Rock, so blue. Otherwise, your opponent's either swinging really, really tall into this character, or they're wasting a lot of resources to try to get rid of it. So I had one game where the opponent had a 6 cost Brook on the field, and I played this to KO one of his other characters, and he just attached all down and swung into it. Like, alright, it died, but now he didn't play anything out, and my next Don turn was into a Gecko Moria, and now I have a full board and he has nothing, and now he has to try to play back from it. So Jacks are really big, especially also in the Nami matchups. Get rid of those blockers for free, get rid of those Kayas, while also cycling through your deck trying to find your bigger characters. So Jack is huge, another staple, definitely needed him. Then the big guy, all right, Gecko Moria. All right, 4 gets on play, get out a 4 or less and a 2 or less. Obviously, get your big down plays with Helmeppo, Rebecca, into your Lucci's with Spandine. Need 4, definitely need 4. And almost any black deck that you play, Gecko Moria is gonna be your best card, right? To have played out. And then off to the events. I have 4 Ice Ages. A lot of people will play this at like 3, but now since stage, I think I definitely need it at a 4 of. Just being able to Don -5 cost to anything is huge early on, late game, whatever it may be, even if it's not for a really big character. If it's like a 3 cost in the Zero decks, just to make it a 0 or a 1 or whatever it needs to be, so that you could just get rid of clear board, and with Lucci or whatever else you need to make sure that you stabilize. Ice Age is definitely huge. The next one is Tempest Kick. Tempest Kick was also introduced in LPO 7 with Rob Lucci. So you get to draw a card, then if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, you -3 to something. So this is huge, being able to cycle through your deck, even if it's an early cycle. Sometimes, depending on what you're playing against, you could just use this card to cycle. Make sure that your hand's good, depending on what your hand looks like. And -3 cost is also huge, being able to just minus whatever your opponent has on field to be able to KO it, get in that range of your Luccis or whatever else you're KOing with, right? Alright, we'll move these out the way. And now the big guys in my deck, the 1-ofs, right? So I have 4 1-ofs. I have 4 1-ofs in this deck. The first one is going to be 6 King Pistol. I don't want to spoil all of them, but we'll go 6 King Pistol. Just I decided to have one of this because I only have the 7 2Ks, the 4 Rebeccas, and the 3 Rebeccas and the 4 Who's Who. And having stuff like Jack that doesn't have counter, all these events, this is all just bricks, right? All these cards are bricks in your hand. So having the 0 cost comes up pretty big. Just being able to get rid of one of these cards, go plus 3K, just so you don't have bricks and you can't do anything about it, right? So this has definitely saved me in a couple games where the opponent thinks like, oh, you just got, 4 cards, 3 cards, they're mathing it out. All right, he needs this 2K, but I know one of them's a brick because he searched something. So he's like, I got game for sure. So they'll go for game, and I'll just drop the 0 cost event so I can get that plus 3. Definitely a good card to have. Next card, the 9 cost Kaido. Love this card, especially on tempo, 9 down turn if you need to get rid of something. So if you guys don't know what this is, so you may trash 1 card from your hand, and then if he was played the same turn, because it's an activate main, if he was played on this turn, you get to trash one of your opponent's 7 or less characters, then your opponent trashes 1 card from hand. So it's really good into almost everything. Like if you're playing against like also another black deck, you could -1 with Lucci if they have an 8 cost character, and then play this guy, or use an event and then play the Kaido. And so not only are you getting rid of one of their characters on field, now they're minusing 1 card out of their hand. It's pretty big also in Tsunami when this came up. I could get rid of one of their blockers, and now they're minusing 1 card in hand, and it might be crucial for them. If they have three events, now they only got 2. Now they got to get rid of 1, and I might just mess up their complete play, which actually came up a couple times. I versed like 3 Namis in this online regional, so I think it came up once or twice. I don't remember exactly. But then the next 1-off card is Zombie Luffy. Also same effect. Gets to trash a 2 or less when attacking, and if the next part of his thing is he's like, then you could place any number of 4 or more cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck, and he gets, for every 3 that you put back, he gets plus 1K. So if you put 3, most of the time you have a lot of 4 costs, right? So if you put 3 Sabos and 3 Borsalinos back into your deck, it's 6 in total, so he gets plus 2,000. Came up huge in a Nami match. It was my very last swing. I actually swung at him. I think I got rid of one of his blockers or something, and I just put my trash, basically looked like this thickness, and I just put like everything back into the bottom of my deck, and I buffed him by like 7 or 8 or some crazy number, and he just couldn't counter out. He wasn't expecting it. He couldn't counter out of it, and it won me the game. If I passed that turn, he would have milled himself out. But this Zombie Luffy's huge, but also in the black matchups, if they don't get rid of it, get rid of their Sabos. Pretty easy if they play on that turn, or if they play a Sabo, you can get rid of whatever else. Also in like the Dofi matchups, this is pretty cool. You can minus with whatever you need to minus, and then you just start getting rid of that character that they have. Just another way to get rid of something. And then the very last 1-off, this is my big playmaker. I threw him in here as like a troll for just testing it, and then he actually came up pretty big in a few games on this online regionals. And after the week after, I went to my locals. I have a league at one of my locals, and I won the locals with this card. This card like came up big in like the pudding matchups, which is kind of crazy. But it's 3 cost Kobe, OPO2 Kobe came back. I had him So you get to, if you trash a card from your hand, you can KO one of your opponent's characters, cost of 3 or less. This came up really big, especially when I needed to get like a Rob Lucci or something from my hand into my trash. If I had no other way to do that, I'll use the Kobe, play Rebecca, and just bring the Kobe back. And funny enough, I was versing one of the final matchup at my local. I played the Kobe early because he played, I forgot what he played. I think he played the 6-cost Charlotte Cracker. And I was able to get rid of him with the Kuzan because I swung with Kuzan minus, then I played Rebecca and Kobe, and I got rid of him. And then he like stuck the whole game. I just kept putting 1 down under him and swinging 5, swinging 6, swinging 7, whatever I need. And I kept playing out Rebecca's, and he kept trying to swing 5, and so I just block with a salvo or something. I think I only gave 1 2K up one time, and I just kept saving him, kept letting him swing into the opponent. So he just came up really big, just being able to swing into the opponent. He stayed on field, KOing a 3 or less, especially if you don't have any other way to get rid of something. Just sometimes you might be one short. He might be at a 3, and you just have no other way to down minus. Kobe came up big by being able to minus KO a 3 or less. So yeah, so this is the deck profile. I actually have all my winnings too. If you guys want to see, you could see those. So I got my VV, my Shirohoshi, and then I got my 4-pack of finalists, regionals finalists. This is the Luffy. There's 4 of them in here, and I'll just crack it open. Should have done this beforehand. But yeah, we got the Luffy, the Das Bones, the Chopper, and the Nekomamushi. So these are my winnings from this regional. 11th place, just bubbled out of top 8. It was a little bit unfortunate. My tiebreaker was kind of bad, but nonetheless, pretty good winnings. I had a lot of fun with this deck. I'm still gonna be playing it for 8.5. Just gotta make a couple different adjustments to the deck, not too much, but a little bit. And yeah. If you guys like the video, go ahead and like it. Leave a comment. What do you guys think of the deck? If you guys try it out, let me know. If you guys have like little tweaks or something, let me know. And if you guys try out this Kobe card again, definitely let us know. Definitely a fun card. I had a lot of fun with that Kobe. But yeah, guys, all right, thank you. You guys have a good one. Take it easy.